This is Mrs. Gonzalez, school counselor with Compass Charter Schools, welcoming you to this week's SEL Spotlight on giving and earning respect. Before we get started with the meat and potatoes of our presentation, I want to ask you to take a moment and brainstorm a list of people that you would deem worthy of your respect. Write these names down, and next to the person's name on your list, I want you to also write down why they are worthy of your respect. So now, go ahead and also think about how you would define the word respect to another person. And you may need to pause the video for this one and write it down if it helps. But, what is it? How would you define it? So if we look at a definition of respect, according to the Oxford dictionaries, it is a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, and achievements. So I want you to, let that sink in and think about how that definition is different from yours. Was it different? Did your definition include anything about someone being wealthy or successful anywhere? That's actually something that I would expect to see from scholars, or from a few scholars, to see that as part of their definition and why someone would be given a respect. But today, I hope that together we'll be able to learn that beyond those external qualities like wealth, success, and power, there are other qualities beneath the surface that have helped people reach success, wealth, and power, okay? Which are typically reasons why people would be respected. And I do want to be clear on one thing. Sometimes there's a confusion between fear and respect. So the difference here is that fear is toxic, respect is nurturing. Fear destroys self-confidence, respect builds it. Fear is life-threatening, respect is life-enhancing. Fear is forced and learned, and respect is earned. And I read somewhere, and I think it's very true, that when someone is respected, they get voluntary cooperation from people, meaning that they don't have to use as much energy or resources to have needs met or goals accomplished. So let's think about who is a person that is respected in our community. Steven Spielberg. Are you familiar with this guy? I hope you recognize that this is Steven Spielberg, and he's famous for making, success, or his success in making movies in the entertainment industry. So he has a few distinguishing attributes that have made him a respectable person in the entertainment industry. And distinguishing attributes are personal characteristics or inherent parts of the person. There's certain traits or degrees of excellence or worth. Some synonyms for attributes are character, feature, quality. And I want you to think about the qualities that have helped Steven Spielberg achieve the wealth and success that he's gotten. It may require that you pause the video for a moment and think about that. Maybe write down your answers if it helps to organize your thoughts. But I will tell you, Mr. Spielberg has a few distinguishing attributes that have made him a well-respected person in the community. He has talent. He has taken calculated risks. He is hardworking. He has exhibited perseverance. He works cooperatively with others on his films, and he respects others. So take a look at the list that you created earlier and ask yourself, according to your definition, what are those good qualities that, those people on your list have that would deem them worthy of your respect? Do some of those people on your list still seem like they're people that you would continue to respect, right? Are there names that you would like to add or maybe remove? Would you add your name to that list? Which actually brings us to the next topic, which is self-respect. So thinking about the qualities that you looked at in our definition and that you have on your definition, would you consider yourself adding your name to that list of people worthy of respect? Some people may be tempted to see this as an opportunity to brag, but In reality, you have special qualities just like the people that you noted on your list. And these qualities make you worthy of respect as well. Maybe you stood up for a friend, or maybe you got a job, or you studied really hard to pass a difficult exam. So really being responsible, being honest, kind, caring, cooperative, and fair-minded benefits you as well as those around you. So let's look at the definition for self-respect. Self-respect is pride and confidence in yourself, a feeling that you are behaving with honor, grace, and dignity. Self-respect can sometimes be confused with self-esteem, but they're similar, but they are different. So self-esteem has more to do with your emotional evaluation of yourself and how good you feel about being you, while self-respect has more to do with your outwardly actions or behaviors and how those are aligned with yourself, your values, your beliefs. And it is possible for some people to have a high self-esteem, but act with little to no self-respect. So I want you to think about a negative moment, one that you would be happy to forget. And then I want you to also think about a happy moment. So that happy moment was when you were filled with pride and happiness about, experiencing that. And I want you to compare the two of them. You'll notice that those moments that we are proud of bring us a sense of self-confidence. So those moments when you respect yourself, you display that self-confidence, and you're empowered to draw others' attention to your best qualities. So with the happy moments, I put, they equal self-respect, and they're those moments again where you are really empowered. Whereas those challenging moments, or those moments that you'd like to forget, they may be situations, or you were put in a situation where you pushed your limits and your boundaries in self-respecting. So there's different situations that are going to present themselves, if they haven't already, in your life that may push those limits or put your qualities of character to the test. So maybe you're trying to be friends with a certain group of boys or certain group of girls, and there's some bullying that's happening, and you're kind of tempted to join in because you really want to be friends, right? But you really have to think about that situation and think, am I being respectful, and am I being true to myself? Am I self-respecting? So how far can you push the boundaries of your best qualities and still maintain your self-respect? I want to share this quote here by Confucius. It says, "Respect yourself and others will respect you." I think that's so true. And we are coming to a close here on our short presentation today, but I do want to conclude with a few key points. First, respect for ourselves and others is very important. It's the fabric of our society, and I put the golden rule, right? So treat others as you would like to be treated. Second, to build self-respect, focus on what's best about you. Third, self-respect comes through as self-confident, and those that are self-confident will draw others naturally to them in a positive way and will actually repel those negative Nannies. And then lastly, your best qualities can often be pushed to the limit by certain life situations. So it's important to be able to identify those situations to be able to cope with them and figure out how we're going to navigate them. So I leave you with one last question. There's an expression that says, if you can't respect yourself, you can't respect someone else. What does this mean to you? I want to thank you very much for joining us for this SEL Spotlight on giving and earning respect. I hope that you have enjoyed today's topic, and we look forward to continuing to work with you.